Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Seno Aji and I'm from the class 2020. Today I have my presentation about my sociolinguistic UAS presentation. The title of my paper is The Relationship Between English Borrowing Words in Indonesian according to Luan Sip and Luan Plan in Sociolinguistic at the office Daily Communication Telemarketing Officer at my company PT Summit Auto Finance Indonesia. My student number is 2020 1048. The table of content of my PPT. First is introduction. The second part is statement and research method. And the second part is theories and discussion. And the last part is conclusion. Introduction. Nowadays, there are many companies whose employees need to communicate with a client or partners from overseas. Sometimes clients can come from various countries, even whose main language is not English. That's why English is very importantly international language to study. As in the company of PT Summit Auto Finance, especially in the telemarketing division, I, especially the writer, was actually also one of the employees currently working in the company, observed a lot of language phenomena or the writer think about the many daily communication with others and also use English and Indonesian because that they think that this observe can be explained from the communication friends in the office and this language phenomena in English vocabulary that often during activities at work, lunch or during meeting and briefing. In this presentation, I want to share about the one thief and one plan in sociolinguistic, especially the communication between friends in my office, interaction by people around this place and around this company. The statement of problems. The statement of problem from my paper also. A, the writer must find the problem of the research so that we can focus on the intended problem points. The writer question are, it is true that the acculturation of Indonesian and English in office communication is related to sociolinguistic according to Lon Steve and Lon Glenn. In the end, the writer made this paper to analyze and study the communication style of friends in his office from this perspective. And the next, the writer collecting data and analyzing communication in the office, and also analyze the phenomenon dialect vocabulary communication in the context of one sip and one plan. When it occurs between individuals in the office room, several people were incorrect with other people, friends in the office, like we can see the many interaction in the building and also the interaction make different or the interaction make communication with a language according like Japanese, Indonesian, and English. And the next, the material focused on one shift and one plan in the communication activities based on sociolinguistic in English and Indonesian. And the last part, English is the most material we can use, especially in the vocabulary section of the paper. So we can take the writer as me. I choosing the grammar in the grammar and the vocabulary pronunciation in my office because a lot people in my office use English and Indonesia. Not only Japanese, we can speak different language in the states and in the company, and also we can communicate it with others people, and we can. I think I have a feeling that there's many sociolinguistic can be playing because a lot of vocabulary is not true vocabulary in English, so we can have only pronunciation in Indonesia, something like that. The method of research. The method of research, the writer used a library research to collect the data. The primary data is taken from interview with 9 friends, actually my friends. I'm collecting my data by interviewing one by one in the case. And also in the office, to collect data and interviews, say yes or agree with the all symbols and take on table, and no opinion or disagree with X symbols. And the writer listens to the communication and writes about the phenomenon of the sociolinguistic, especially in English vocabulary. On the other hand, the writer collects secondary data from journal and e-book related to a variety sociolinguistic, including one zip and one plan. I usually take my uh, collecting my data by Mendeley and Google Scholar. Method of research, data analysis. The design of this paper and study used descriptive analysis method to examine in the use of data, because especially communication between friends will fall in the category of social linguistic. In analyze the data, the writer used analytical research and performed several steps to the conduct research. First, the listen to colleagues in the office and division communicating for about a week. Start from December 13 to December 18. Second, me as the writer interview friends in the office. Third, the writer analyze and write the vocabulary used by his office friend in communicating, which is considered to be categorized low-and-safe and low-and-plan. After that, the last step is to record the dialogues that have elements of the low-and-safe and low-and-plan, and I take the data in the like PPT or the paper. I can write the data and I input this data and to explain in the Excel table of Excel. The next is theories. And the next part, we can input the material, especially the real material. A is fluency. According to Martin Haspelmath in their journal, Luansif or Luan world is defined as word that at some point came into a language by transfer from another language. So that we can take the conclusion from this journal, we can say Luansif or Luan word in the social linguistic refers to process by which plural words or expression from one language undergo change in form, meaning, or pronunciation when incorporated into another language. And the Lansip and one word is in the context of office communication, which is my research in Bahasa Indonesia or the Indonesian language. Lansip can be observed with words from other language, which is I choose English. Data analyzed using the most votes during interview with friends in office. We can see that my data from this picture. I can symbol. We can see back again. I can symbol like O symbol and take to on table because O is yes or agree, and X is no or disagree. We see that like meeting is very a popular vocabulary in my office. Actually, meeting a laptop, I choose one to example is meeting, because interview data that most frequently change English to Indonesian pronunciation in vocabulary. I choose one to the giving example to explain this more, and this is my data. We can see that the 9 participants are my 9 friends in the table. First is Alma, Endah, Pipit, Nita, Titan, Obi, Vika, Hendy, and Zia. We communicated in the office, and also we have a lot of vocabulary. And I take the most I think have meaning, double meaning in a one Steve, and have the general meaning. I can take this word because we can analyzing more. We know that from the table, know that meeting has many voice for a grade that have changed pronunciation, for example, to unsafe, so that the writer input on the analyze. Like this. This is my example. We can I put from the communication other by people and people, like via laptop with the umpaki apa ugosla Arab meeting in Japanese and Indonesia. We can know that bagaimana laptopnya, apakah sudah dihidupkan, akan segera meeting atau kita akan segera meeting. I can see that meeting in English and meeting in Indonesia. The word meeting in English loanword in Indonesian language is borrowed from the word meeting. The spelling of the word meeting has changed and followed the standard Indonesian spelling system or AED. Meeting to meeting, where M before vowel A or U or the consonant is changed into E to A, because this is like different culture, different pronunciation. We can see that. And the next, the material is a one blend. According Martin Helsnet in the journal, that one blends words consisting of the copied part and native part, distinguish between cultural borrowing and pure borrowings, which is according to the her have different origins. Cultural borrowings are words for new objects or new words. Concepts that usually appear abruptly when inflation group use them. So that we can take a conclusion from this journal that one blend, also known as a portmanteau or hybrids, because when two or more different language are combined to create a new words expression. In his case, elements from each language are fused to form a single. Therefore, influence of language, the writer as me, I take the environment and also diverse communication in this company. Actually, in this communication, person by person. The data have analyzed with interview teammate in search of data. The data analyzed using the most vote during interview with the friends in the office, and also I take the same part like before. I choose the most popular to be example for this PPT, so that we can have a minimalist example like that. Like the same friends, I take the Alma, Endah, Bibit, Nita, Titan, Obi, Vika, Hendy, and Sia. In this table, webinar is the most popular vocabulary we can spoken in this company. Also in this place I can work and email, because we also have a meeting every day in the company in Otto. So I choose webinar for the example this meeting. One blend. The following are the results of the writer interview with its office mate regarding the most popular and frequently used vocabulary in communication that we can use For linguistic example in sociolinguistic, example of an office conversation using one bell, like ayo guys kayak mlebu webinarnya wis mulai neng Zoom. Or we can see like in Indonesia, mari guys kita masuk webinarnya sudah masuk, and like this. The analyze webinar web plus seminar in Indonesia, because we have this is acculturation, a pronunciation and acculturation, the grammar and the vocabulary. Original as online seminars became more prevalent, and the term webinar emerged combining website. So we can take webinar is an online web and seminar in Indonesia, and we can take this one to be a webinar, referring to the internet and seminar. This example demonstrates how to landscape and one plan in Indonesian office environment, like my office, when words from other language are integrated into daily communication. Landscape and one plan can occur in everyday communication situation. And the next, especially in a multicultural environment like my place or my office, the following are examples of object pronunciation that be often done by employees company at work. And we can apply the example of the social linguistic one by one. Like that, my example, like the most another popular pronunciation and also vocabulary. First is deadline. Deadline for lansif. Lansif example in the Indonesia context, the English word deadline may undergo lansif is slightly different usage or meaning. For example, it can become deadline or completion time. This is the one vocabulary has two meaning, like something like that. And the one blend netizen, internet citizen in bahasa Indonesia. An example of one blend in Indonesia, the word like netizen. I choose one because this is also very popular in social media thing. And the words internet and citizen, this is the combination of words, netizen, internet, and citizen. This is example of one blend that reflect how the internet affect language and culture in society. And the next part, we can do this conclusion. I think this my PPT and also my communicating social communicating in my office, like Bahasa Indonesia and English can experience lantif and one plan in the social linguistic context is very agree, because I think this phenomenon is common language around the world, especially the situation where the language interact and influence each other, especially in multicultural works environment. Like me in my place or in my company, we can speak three language like Japanese, English, and Indonesia. This is a very multicultural language, I think so, because we can speak in three different language. The context of social linguistic and the interaction between its different culture and language is the workplace can create interesting linguistic dynamics. Like we can see that this is my many theories vocabulary. We can see that webinar, email, workaholic, and premium is very we can speak in the office also. This is webinar have a 9 voice. This is a very popular words. We can see that because we have already many meetings or webinar in this company. And also we can see that my table like meeting, break and meeting is very popular words in English. Actually, we can speak in office. We can say that they have different pronunciation. Like Indonesia, we can say meeting and break. We can see the most popular vocabulary can speak in my office. And also I choose this one for my example for my PPT. So this is have a correlation, and I think that the language, especially in a one plan and a one shift, we can see that every day in the communication daily activities according to my workplace. Also, this language can make interesting linguistic dynamics. And also, I want to say thank you so much for your attention for today. My meeting class for the sociolinguistic was final. I want to say thank you for Ma'am Imelda. Actually, she helped me many time for me to finish my segment for this. Thank you so much. Stay safe and healthy. I want to say thank you so much for my friends, many friends like Irma always support me for many situation. Thank you so much, guys. So I will end this presentation. I hope we can study more again for the next presentation. Thank you so much. Good night.